Halo guys, apa kabar? Aku bagus, tapi ini sangat dingin di Prancis. Hari ini aku akan berbicara tentang movie. So, seperti aku bilang 2 minggu lalu, aku mau membuat video tentang movie dalam atau dari Indonesia. Dan hari ini aku akan berbicara tentang Kapan Kawin. So, ini movie membuat di Indonesia dengan Indonesian actors about a subject in Indonesian. So untuk itu aku akan berbicara dalam bahasa Inggris. So tidak seperti umumnya, aku akan tidak berbicara dalam bahasa Indonesia di video. So it's just the introduction. Then from now on I will talk only in English because it is much easier for me to explain what I thought of the movie and not struggle speaking. I will much more focus on what I want to say about the movie because I have many notes that I'm writing right now. So yeah, so the name of the movie, like I said, is Kapan Kawin, with the actors that have wrote the name, which is Adinia Riwasti and Reza Radian. So they make Dinda and Satrio. So basically Dinda, she's a daughter, she's in her 30s and she's still not married. And from what I understand from the movie, it's very important for Indonesian girls to be married before their 30s. So she's not married and she's getting pressured by her family, mostly her mom, to be married because her sister is married, has good family life, kids, and her not at all, even though she has very good professional situation because she's very focusing on her job. So based on that, she's trying to find quickly someone to present to her parents, someone that would be in the movie her husband. So she finds someone that she's gonna rent someone to be a boyfriend, and they go together meet the parents of Dinda. So I'm not gonna say more as I won't spoil you the movie if you haven't watched it, but obviously as it is it's a comedy movie, but that wanna send messages, if I say, about Indonesian culture regarding wedding and the relationship between parents and daughters and stuff like this. So I think it was very interesting. So like I said, I won't talk much more about the movie, but more about how I felt about it. I felt that it was very interesting because, and I will talk about it later, it is very different, at least how the movie portrays it, or it is very different between French and Indonesian people in how the wedding is seen, or families sees it regarding wedding of their child and stuff like this. So that's what I want to focus about, and less maybe review the movie, because obviously I can say that the movie was very funny, and I know it's not a very popular movie, so I got it from a friend in Indonesia that recommended me to watch it. From what I've seen, it's not the most popular Indonesian movie, but I liked it because what I liked, it was a bit goofy, it was cliche, but it was cliche on purpose, and that's what's interesting because they use this cliche to give messages, to talk about subjects that may be delicate and harder to talk about in a serious movie. For example, how the pressure of her parents really make her anxious and stressed in her life, even though she just wanna focus on her professional life. And after all, why couldn't she do that? I think that's not very a good thing from the parents. And the movie, throughout the events, make the parents, the people watching the movie, and everyone realize that maybe parents shouldn't pressure too much their kids. So obviously the parents, they want good for their kids, and that's what worries them, but the way they're doing it is not good, and the movie makes the parents understand that. But maybe the parents that could watch this movie and are doing a bit the same things that the parents of Dinda are doing. Obviously another thing is the competition that can exist between brothers and sisters in a family. For example, she has a sister, and like I said, she's married with a very wealthy man. They have a very good relationship, at least in appearance, and they have the child, and she's always being compared directly or indirectly by her parents, and that creates also tension because the parents are expecting something from her, but she's not giving it, she's focusing on something else. And the movie talks about it, and throughout events shows that sometimes what can look in appearance like very good and like the ideal situation actually is not the case, and maybe things shouldn't be judged too quick. And that's what I think is interesting, because with many events that happens in the movie, we can see that even though the parents clearly don't do the correct thing, they still somehow make Dinda believe that what they do is good. And thanks to her fake boyfriend that is called Satrio, well, things evolve. He really gives another point of view of everything about Indonesian culture, about wedding, about relationship inside the family, about relationship between lovers. He really gives another point of view, a fresh point of view, like I said, of the whole subject. And I think the character is really interesting, and the actor that I didn't know obviously is really good. Overall, the synergy, if I can say, the two main actors, so Satrio and Dinda, really works well together, and they were really a good duo in the more goofy parts, but also in the more serious parts. So there's that. And like I talked about before, the movie, I mean, because I'm French, really makes me learn a lot about Indonesian culture, about wedding, about family, because it's very different. At least portrayed in a movie. Obviously, it's a movie that is a comedy that is cliché, but cliché are never completely wrong. They're always exaggerating something that is true. The source of the cliché is always true. And from what I've read and heard from people I know and from the internet, most of these things are true, but sometimes obviously they are not that big, they are not that strong, but the base is true. For example, and I'm gonna read my notes, how important is the family approval when you are bringing a man for a wedding. For example, she's bringing a fake boyfriend, and the parents really like interrogate him, really want to know his situation in life, and all these things are really important. Or the situation in terms of money, in terms of career, in terms of family, his family are very important and really judged, and somehow they could block the wedding, the relationship between them, if the parents think that is not suitable for the daughter. I'm not sure if it would work the same if it was a son and he was being a girl. How much would they judge the girl? How much would they want her to have a very serious career? I'm not really sure about that. That's maybe another movie that should talk about it. Maybe it exists actually. But yeah, and I think that's very different, because obviously in France the parents gonna want to meet the boyfriend of the daughter, but overall, because it's always overall, I'm not saying 100% of people here do that, but overall it is much less important, the situation of the guy. So obviously if the guy is like whatever, or something that is bad, the parents may be gonna say maybe you should avoid this kind of person, or make him turn around his life first before engaging yourself with him. But overall it's much less important, and there is no need of approval. People or kids, not really kids, but sons, daughter can marry someone else without needing the approval of their parents. So I'm sure in Indonesia you can too, but I think the pressure is much more important in the mind of the sons and daughters. So there's that. Another thing is obviously religion. France is considered to be an atheist country, but obviously Christianity is very important. That's the history of our country, but it is much less important than before, and especially in the weddings. For example, I'll talk about someone I know without giving names, but he's a Christian, but his new wife wasn't, and therefore the wedding wasn't really centered about religion. It wasn't a big part of it. So the wedding happens in a church, but it's not like it's very religion. It's just more of a tradition, and I think that's somehow different with Indonesia. So there's many differences that like I've just talked about, and many more that I could say. Or there is maybe tradition that don't exist in Indonesia while they exist in France, and vice versa. For example, in France, it's common after the church or the office or wedding to go around the city and honking with the car. So I don't know if it exists in Indonesia. I would doubt it because of the traffic, but I don't think it exists, as I've never seen it. But in France, it's something that is very common. So I wanted to talk about the movie and also about some differences about wedding in France and in Indonesia. I'm sure there's more than that, many more, but it's not the time and the subject for it. So to give a brief summary about the movie, as you can hear, I've really liked it because well, it was a good introduction for me into the Indonesian movie world, because well, it was my really first real movie, because last time was a documentary. So that's a good start. Obviously, I really liked because it was funny, but still managed to give messages and talk about serious subjects, thanks to the many cliches and gags that obviously were done on purpose to serve the point of the movie. What I also liked is, because I'm French obviously, it's very interesting to see the cultural differences between France and Indonesia about many subjects: wedding, family relationship, how the family sees the possible future husband of the daughter. So that's interesting. As I've said before, and I will say it again and again, I know it's a movie, I know it's on purpose exaggerated, but the base idea is that, and from what I've heard from people I know, it's somehow to some extent true. In some cases it's not always the case, but sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. So that's interesting to know about it. It's funny somehow to learn about the cliches in other countries. I'm sure there's many cliches that I could talk about in France. Well, obviously I don't really have them in mind now, but it's I think interesting. I hope you enjoyed hearing me talk about this movie in English, because like I've said, I think it's much better. If I had to say all of this stuff in Indonesian, I think the video would have taken me 3 hours with all the cuts I would have made to do, the check in the dictionary and stuff. Here I'm just checking sometimes my notes, but overall I'm talking easily in English, so that was the goal. On my next video, that will be about well, if you've seen my previous video, you know, but I will talk about Christmas or winter. I'm not sure about it yet. I will talk Indonesian. I'll try to do only Indonesian to like balance this. And next month I will do another video about an Indonesian movie. Anyway, thanks for watching. Terima kasih, and I'll see you next week. Terima kasih.